to shred some tires, wreck some suspension, maybe lose a panel or two.
Man, that trailer was awesome. This crowd is awesome. So let's talk about Dirt 5. The kings of rally racing are back again with Dirt 5, tearing it up from Morocco to Norway and Brazil to New York City. Dirt 5 is available today for Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S. Here to show us the game on our newest consoles are Robert Karp and David Springate. Guys, how are you?
Great, thanks. How are you?
Oh, it's good to see you. Good to see some Dirt 5, man. That trailer, the music, I was bumping. I was like, it's good.
It wasn't weird at all.
All right. So now, Dave, word is that you just got an Xbox Series X. What was your first impression when you opened the box and actually powered up the game that you were making?
Well, I think it's really important to say that Series X is the place to play Dirt 5. A console that can output 120 FPS is a beast. And I'm super excited to be able to finally bring my game home and play it on my big screen TV in the living room the way it's meant to be played. So I'm super thrilled to be playing it.
Well, I was going to say, Davey, I think you may have just answered the next question, which was what made you decide to implement that support for 120 frames per second? But it sounds like the difference is the difference is in the pudding. Isn't that the phrase?
Yeah, something
Proof
like
is in the pudding.
Proof is in the pudding. There you go.
Is that right?
Yeah, so absolutely. So racing at 120 frames per second is just unlike anything else I've ever experienced on a home console. It's so incredibly smooth. And switching to, say, the bumper cam, you're able to see so many more pixels flying at your eyeballs all at the time. It's a very intense experience. And I think that really covers the game overall. It's intense. So we want to give you incredible weather, like lightning bolts going off and dust storms and having rain coming straight at you. 120 FPS, it feels just far more intense than it's ever felt before.
I like the pixels flying at your eyeballs. That kind of tech talk is exactly what we were looking for today.
Right.
Speaking of talking tech, I'm going to ask a question, which is some acronyms that I don't know that I want everyone else to know as well. VRS, VRR, what does it mean? What do they mean? And how do they impact the experience on Dirt 5?
Wow, it's like being tested.
That's right.
You're telling me.
So VRS is variable rate shading. That's one of the key features of Series X that's going to really drive that great performance. It's only available in hardware that has full RDNA 2 support. That allows us to really make the most of rendering the things that we really need to be giving you, especially helpful at really high and fast frame rates. VRR is variable refresh rates. That's a FreeSync display. So if you have a modern TV, something like a Samsung QLED or one of the new LG OLEDs like LG CX, you can get frames delivered to your TV as the game is delivering it to them. None of this have to be 30 FPS, have to be 60 FPS. VRR smooths everything out for you. So you're going to get a really great smooth experience on Xbox Series X and S.
That's right, and I'm just like completely blown away by the gameplay that I'm seeing. It's just stunning, and I'm gonna have to hit up my friend Jason Ronald, who architected the console, to explain a bit more in depth, because the game, it just looks super smooth. Now, Robert, can you explain the new Playgrounds mode for us? What is that all about?
Playgrounds is one of my favorite features. It's an area where players can go in and make whatever their imagination can let them. And then they have to play them and validate them, set a score against those playgrounds. They'll then upload those and share those with their friends and the rest of the community. and so anyone can go in and play them, and everyone's got a leaderboard. So it adds a whole depth to the community and the gameplay where there's new content and new things to play all the time.
Yeah, and the Dirt franchise has so many fans who now getting to make their own creations. It just extends the life of the game, getting to go in and make your own tracks. I'm excited to see what people make.
Absolutely, yeah. I was going to say, Robert, to continue on with that question is sort of the, let's talk a little bit about the importance of cross-generational playgrounds. Tell me a little bit of what that is, and more importantly, how it adds to the experience.
One thing that means at day one, firstly, on Xbox Series X, there's loads of playgrounds that are already there.
Yeah.
The players have gone and made on Xbox One, whether that's One X or One S, and then they can just jump in and play them. The scores will all translate across. So it means even more content that you can play across generation.
That's looking forward to it. Now, let's talk about the Pathfinder stages. I'm being told about it. Can you explain for everyone who is going to jump into the game what Pathfinder stages are?
Go on, David.
Come on, David.
Rob is concentrating on building the ugliest livery man's ever seen.
Oh, man.
But the Pathfinder stages are a real challenge for man and machine against the terrain. So you have a special vehicle, the Rock Bouncer. It's really designed to be rolling around on it. It's very recoverable and versatile. So you're taking on the most intense terrain, the most intense stages that are in Dirt 5, literally climbing almost vertical walls of rock in your car. And you have to figure out how you're going to get to the exit as fast as you can. It's really something I've not seen in video games before, and it's great. It's really good fun.
Something good to do in a video game and not in real life. I'm glad that you built that into the game.
Yeah.
Hey, but
Absolutely.
I was going to say, let's talk real life. Speaking of story mode, because at this point, I don't know if you know this if you're watching as fans here, but Troy Baker, Nolan North. The question I have is, how did you get them to be for story mode? But just give me the backstory on that.
Wow, to be honest, I was super surprised to get them into the game. I was just so thrilled to have them as part of story mode. And one of the things that really surprised me, I love those guys. I love Troy Baker. I love Nolan North. They're clearly great video game legends. And after hearing Nolan North's performance, I'm just not sure I like him anymore. His character is so unlikable. But so believable as well. He's such an incredible delivery. And working my way through the campaign and hearing how it plays out, I'm trying my best to avoid spoilers as much as possible. But I'm hearing Nolan North being in a character that I'd not heard him do before. It was great. I loved it.
That's awesome. I feel like both of those folks are going to be on the Mount Rushmore of like video game voiceover actors, because they're so good. So excited to see what the story is like and how they play together. Now we're seeing some awesome racing here with a bunch of
live gameplay, right?
Which is so, they talked earlier about the particles coming at you. The snow is really intense, and it's just a lot
flying
going on.
Flying at your eyeballs, Dave. Flying at your eyeballs.
Exactly, that's the phrase. Put it on the back of the box. So how many cars can we expect in the game, and how many more are coming down the line?
So there's over 60 cars in the game, but the thing we've really focused on for the game is the variety of different classes. So you'll see lots of rally cars, lots of old rally cars. You'll see the Rock Bouncer that David talked about earlier, taking on the most difficult terrain. You'll see big trucks like the Ford F-150, more smaller SUVs like the new Aston Martin DBX, and a whole range in between, which gives a lot of depth. We have lots of plans post-launch to add more cars, more content, more features. But I can't tell you about those just yet.
Oh, Robert.
Always with the teases. Always, it's fine. I guess that makes us look forward to it a little bit more.
It does, it does. Can we real quick talk about this gameplay right now? Because this is intense, it's stunning. The light, the dynamic weather, like, come on.
Phil did a fantastic, you should be proud.
Actually, there's more to it than that. So,
Please.
In the middle of this race, we're now at nighttime. We're driving on the Hudson River in New York.
Sure.
It's frozen over, of course. Obviously, we'd be
Can't drive on water.
exactly. So one of the things that's really cool in Dirt 5 is you can jump out to arcade mode. You can pick whichever track you like. You can set whether you want it to be a clear day, whether you want it to be hammering it down with rain or snow, and you can say what time speed you want. You can go up to time 60 of normal time and start the race in the morning or any point in the day that you like, and let the race just run through. And so that means you can have really interesting looking races and seeing the sky rolling, the clouds rolling above you, seeing the sun come down and get really beautiful sun casted across the track, but also having rain splatter up against your windscreen while you're driving along and sweeping that out of the way. It's more of that eyeball stuff I was talking about.
Yeah, the one I've seen on the back of your Dirt 5 box.
That's right.
That's a thing,
That's
right?
right.
But I
Those
love
boxes?
that. Ups the replayability of every track. It's a little different each time you play. A great option to add in the game.
I was going to ask, what do you, Robert or Dave, what do you guys think is going to be the big highlight for fans when they first jump in on a next-gen console with Dirt 5? Like, what's that open the box Xbox Series X experience that you're excited for them to have?
I'll take this, Rob. So the thing that I'm super excited about, kind of what I was saying earlier, is that Xbox Series X is a console that's designed to produce beautiful games. Mm-hmm. So playing Dirt 5 on an HDR TV particularly is just, it's wonderful. I'm really, really pleased with the way that HDR works in Dirt 5. Seeing, like in the track that Rob was just in a moment ago in New York, the HDR lights really punching out of your TV. You're almost having to cover your eyes because it gets kind of bright. But the smoothness, the experience of it all, playing on a next generation console, Xbox Series S or X, it's about how it feels. It's so incredibly responsive and so fast. It's just not like it was before.
Yeah, I love knowing.
I'm just so giddy to get home and play it. I just can't wait.
Literally,
the game's
Malik is
stunning.
on the edge of his seat, by
I
the
can't
way.
help. It just looks great.
Those are facts.
I love racing games, and I think they do a great job of showing off next gen, and no different here, especially with 120 frames.
Absolutely. Well, there you have it. A huge thank you to Robert and David. Of course, Dirt 5's looking great on the Xbox Series X. That is also facts. Robert, David, thank you once again for being here.
Thank you.
So having
Thanks,
us.
guys.